Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name's Aiden, and I like to post content about Jesus, and you've probably seen it every now and then. I'm with my good friend Malique here, and honestly, I'm just blessed to have this conversation with you, and been looking forward to it for this entire week, honestly.
I bet.
And so yeah, I guess we'll get into it. As you know, I just told you, this is Malique. He's been one of my closest friends since middle school, elementary school, a long time.
A minute.
And it's honestly just been like, even before I knew him, my mom was a high school leader for him when he was in high school, way back when. But
Ancient times.
yeah, definitely. But I don't know if you want to introduce a little bit more about yourself.
Yeah. My name is Malique. I am originally from Charlotte, North Carolina. I am a junior at Clemson University, studying visual arts and brand communication. I love the Lord. I love to fish. I'm a photographer and videographer, so I love anything cameras-wise. I love student ministry. I have a passion for it. I'm a missionary. And yeah, that's a little bit about me. Not too much. So.
Yeah, sweet. All right, you ready for these questions, man?
No, let's go.
No, we're gonna start off smooth. We're gonna start
All right,
I'll ease you in. I ain't gonna drop something crazy on you at first. So,
All right, let's.
first question I got honestly is, how'd you first encounter God, man?
Oh, my testimony. All right. I knew this was coming. I already knew it earlier.
You knew it was coming.
I knew it was
You knew
coming.
it was coming.
It's fine. So, like I said, I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, born and raised. Moved to Illinois. I was born on, I think, a Tuesday. Was probably in church on Sunday. That following that week. So grew up in a church. Strong household of believers. My entire life. Knew of Jesus, but it was like, it's kind of just a thing that me and my parents did every week. So it really wasn't like a connection.
Mm-hmm.
And then my dad got relocated back to Charlotte from the Midwest, and middle school happened. And that's like new friends, new me, new chapter. I said, okay, cool. I kind of had a spiritual life, but it was like I said, I was just doing it just to do it.
Yeah, right.
Baptized just because everyone else got baptized. As a
goes.
kid. Yeah, how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
And middle school was rough. It was really finding myself. I put a lot of my joys and my actions in other people's validation. I definitely had the mask on. Went to Light Point 2018, 19, whatever that. No, this was a little bit before. Actually, it might have been 18, 19.
The old building or the new one?
This is the old building.
So the old building, that was like 2018, 2017.
Yeah, I was around that time.
Yeah.
And, I was being a fool in middle school, and then on Sundays, this decadent, God-fearing child that served as a discovery point. And I knew that wasn't what God wanted, because that's what we call a watered-down Christian. And I didn't know that at the time. And one week we had a leader meeting in somewhere in North Carolina in the mountains. And I was thinking about baptism because I was really trying to take my faith serious, because I'm like, all right, I'm doing one thing, but then doing another. This is affecting me. This is affecting my household going home. And God kind of put me in my place that weekend. He showed me that I didn't need validation from other people, that he loves me for me. And that's was a kind of a huge step. And I remember we came back from that trip. People shared their testimonies. And I was like, people are just regular, just like me. They make mistakes. They do all this. I don't have to be perfect. Because that's what, growing up, it was like, you do good, you get good. It's we mess up sometimes, but try to always be good.
Yeah.
So that was kind of ingrained. And Nate was preaching. This was at the old building. And it was an altar call. And I was like, I don't really need to get baptized. I got baptized as a kid, whatever.
We good.
I kid you not. I was sitting there, and Nate was like, if you feel the call, stand up. In 3, 2, 1. My body threw itself up. And I was like, no shot.
Ain't no way.
I was like, I didn't even do this. Yeah, I was like,
would you please?
I didn't even know this. This is not me. This is not my body.
Right.
And I found my mom, talked to her, and just started weeping.
Mm-hmm.
Everything just came out. And God was like, this is your time. You have a calling. And I ended up getting baptized that day, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was the first time that God was like, I'm here. I'm here for you. You've struggled for years with identity.
Yeah.
Now I'm about to show you who your identity is. So, yeah, that's...
Yeah, I mean, warms my heart hearing
Yeah.
that. You know, I love hearing testimonies.
Of course.
I mean, honestly, follow up on that is like, how did that kind of, after being kind of baptized and slowly working your way more into growing your faith, how did you kind of, I mean, as easy as it sounds, like how was the journey from kind of that point on to where you are now?
It got harder. It really got really hard. He tells us it's not going to be rainbows and kittens from here.
Mm.
And, of course, it's easier said than done. But I think learning to put my trust and my faith in him daily, which was really hard.
Yeah.
Him putting patience in my heart, too, as well, because I was very irritable. And me asking for it, and then he puts it in my place, and then I have to actually walk it out. It's been exponential. Of course, it's ups and downs through it all, but I think there's light at the end of the tunnel. There always is, and it's like, I wake up and I'm like, all right, let's keep going. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm going to pick up that cross. I'm like, faith is work.
Yeah.
Just like anything else in life. So, I'm like, if he can die for me, I can wake up and tell somebody about Jesus or just walk out a normal life, but be the light of Jesus. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's the answer to your question.
You ready for the next one?
Shoot.
It's not that crazy. Well, it's okay. It might be, but
okay.
So obviously the times that I've been going through have been pretty rough just in the last year, but you know we getting through it. But when was the last time your faith was really tested and just really pushed you to a new thought space where you're just like, man, God, I really need you in this spot?
So, 2024 was a year of growth for me. It wasn't my word, but I definitely grew more than I think I've ever in my entire life. So as y'all know, I went to Clemson, and you know, I went to York Tech at first, then transferred to Clemson. So living at home and then being on campus, it's a different type of lifestyle. It's a change. Mm-hmm. And it was so easy to get right into that party phase. It was, you didn't even realize it, how easy it is.
Until you're there.
Yeah, until you're there, it's like, no, I'm going to stay away from it. It's.
Then that first party hits and you're like, oop, gotcha.
And it was like, oh, it's fine. I'm like, I know how to balance it. Like, I know how to control my alcohol. I do, though. I do, though. And to somewhat why he's laughing.
I'll put some pictures.
Yeah, he will not get the pictures.
Yeah, no.
You have it, but
I'm not gonna put it in.
Yeah, let's not do that. It's kind of embarrassing. It's okay.
I won't put it in. Don't worry.
It's a part of my story. One night I was with my friends and we went out. Just like a normal night, another Friday, and I had maybe 3 drinks, I think, that night. 2 Jack and Cokes and some party punch. But you know, that jungle juice.
Crazy.
Yeah, and I'm mixing alcohol, so you know that wasn't great. And I ended up doing a backflip that night while it was raining. Slipped, fell, shattered my front grill, and I'm laying on this concrete, soaking wet, teeth bleeding. I know something's wrong. Mm. And I'm like, God, why? Why, God?
Why the rum and cokes? The Jack and Cokes, why?
Jack and Cokes, man.
Why that jungle juice?
They sneak up on you, man.
Bam!
Yeah, it's dramatic, to say the least. I can tell you that. It was not really good flashbacks I'm having right now. But, you know,
I bet. I'm
sitting on my friend Noah's carpet in his living room. And I'm like, there's no way that this just happened. And I'm like, God, you wouldn't allow this to happen. He did. And he was like, what you gonna do about it now?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like guilt. It was like I was getting back into the same rhythm that I was back in middle school, where I did what I wanted during the week. I would go party, and then on Sunday I would get up and go to church like it was nothing.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm about to sit you down, because you're not about to go through the same relapse that you did while you were in middle school. You're in college now. You're grown.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get your stuff together. And it honestly took me to be on my hands and knees to God, surrendering my life again to Him, asking for His grace, His mercy. And through that, it was like, all right, it's time to make a change. It was like, let's really hone in on this thing called being a Christian, being a believer. Not that I'm saying I wasn't, but I was definitely getting back into that watered down motion of being a watered down Christian, and it sucked. I hated God for it. I'm like, dude, I look like a trailer park junkie right now. Like, I look terrible. No, literally, I had a lisp. It was crazy. And I think over those next, 3 months, I went, instead of going to party again in Miami or wherever, Myrtle or whatever it was for spring break, I went and evangelized at UNCC. And just spread the word of gospel on that campus. And
I didn't even know you did that.
yeah, so that was incredible, just to learn, to actually be the true hands and feet of Jesus, not just, I'm a missionary, so I go to Honduras every year and I do it, but do it in my community. And truthfully, it was life-changing. I met so many new people, found my community, honestly. Yeah. And it was kind of radical. It was like, of course, thank God I had the money to pay for a new grill, which sucked paying for. Never getting that money back. Nope. But it's all right.
It's a lesson to learn.
Lesson to learn. And I think that's what, it's hard when that happens, when God's like, all right, I keep telling you, now I'm about to make a lesson. It's like, we hate it, and we're like, bro, why'd you make a lesson out of me? Yeah. He's like, well, I tried to warn you
true.
multiple times. It's like, grace runs out, and he tells us that. But he was always there. He was like, I still got you, even though you look janky. Mm-hmm. I'm wonderfully and beautifully made, so it's like, the ego, the pride came back. It was like, all right, cool. I don't have to be self-conscious about anything, but yeah, that was, especially last year, that was a low time.
Yeah, no, I believe it.
It was.
Yeah, you FaceTimed me that day, and I was like,
bro,
oh, man.
I said, I got something to say. I didn't even have my phone in the face. I'm like, I got something to say.
It was on your forehead. I was like, what did you do? This can't be good.
I cooked myself. It's okay.
Yeah. I think that's really good, though. I mean, even talking about how you just went and evangelized, and it's so different from spreading it, actually, and then, like you said, going to Honduras, because I've talked about it a little bit before. It's like, obviously we're going to Honduras as missionaries, but it's like we're not going there to spread the word of Jesus. They already know Jesus.
Yeah, they do.
It's like, that's the last thing they need. If anything, we can learn stuff from them.
Exactly.
It's like they are so grateful for everything they have. It's just, we're there to help them in terms of, when we went, what was that, 2023? Yeah, 2023.
Yeah.
We renovated a kindergarten, painted the walls, ripped out the ceiling, put in new roofing, new ceiling. It's like, we're not there to spread the word of Jesus. We're there to help them with things that they are less fortunate with. Yeah. And that's in money, building supplies, whatever it might be.
Yep.
It's like, that is so completely different from evangelizing, which is just, I think that's so powerful, and you see it so much now.
Yeah.
But the only thing about that is you see it so much. It's like there's a lot of false prophets and a lot of people that are trying to do this, but they don't really have that kind of.
They don't have the motive behind it.
That, or it's like they don't have the Bible education, so they're just spitting out words, making it hopefully that it sounds believable or.
Yeah, it's like.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Would you believe this? No, there got to be proof in the pudding and
definitely.
Factual.
I mean, there's definitely so many people though that are spreading the word.
There's people that are.
Bryce Crawford has been I love that man. Shout out him, bro. Yeah, he is doing crazy work. I see his videos of him just walking on the street, random guy on the street. He's like, let me pray for you real quick.
Yeah. And that's literally what we were doing at UNCC.
That's crazy. He was
like, hey, can I just talk to you?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, do you know about Jesus? It was And we went door to door and did this
Really?
too.
That's
Yeah,
so
so
cool.
we
I didn't
did.
even know you did that. That's so cool.
Yeah, we were in where I was born.
Really?
We were in Concord University area, and it's
Okay,
like
word.
I'm like 10 minutes from my original house, which was crazy. But yeah.
Yeah, I think tying on to that though is how do you think your faith has been influential in terms of getting through college, whether it's getting through exams, getting through hard, difficult times where you're kind of away from family. You're at Clemson. You're like 3 hours away from
Home.
home. Yeah, and you're just. I mean, yeah, you're not there by yourself. You've got Noah. You've got other people that you're friends with there. But like in those times where it's like just you and God, it's like when is it? When are you really calling upon Him? And like when is those times where it's been influential to getting through a day, a week, whatever it might have been?
I definitely know, like, of course, you have exam week, and you have, honestly, just exams in general. Depending on, like, I'm an art major, so it's like, I have projects every week. So they're like exams. I have exams every week. And you have to take a step back. And all of the busyness of work, my internship, life,
Yeah.
and it's like, you have to prioritize having that Sabbath day and actually talking to Him. I'm still learning how to do that.
I think we all are, honestly.
Yeah, it's like I truly can't take a day fully. It's more like if I can take an hour out of the busy schedule and just sit and listen, it's so much more beneficial than me just, I'll just go read my Bible and then go back to school. It's like, no, that's
Yeah.
just checking a box.
Right,
And
yeah.
that's the easiest thing to do is check a box while you're in that mode. And even if you're at home, it's easy just to check a box. Oh, I read my Bible this morning, cool. But if you're not learning from it and not benefiting from it, when things go hard, like, oh, I got to go buy a new phone. Oh, my tires, I need new tires. Oh, I need this, that, and the third. For you to actually have peace with everything and not, like, overstimulate your mind, it's like, and get stressed and anxious, it's like, you listen to Him, He'll show you how to de-stress, how to not be as anxious, as not be irritable about different things. And it's like, you tend to just kind of just sit back. And it feels weird at first. It's like, usually I would just be like aggressive on different things. It's like, ugh, I got this test, I got this, this. It's like, we all have things to complain about.
Right, yeah.
But it's like, at the end of the day, it's all going to get done. It's like, what's the point of me getting quick to anger?
Yeah,
it's like, there's no point.
Yeah.
God tells us not to do that. So it's like, everything leads back to Him, which is a crazy thing. And I forgot your question now.
How's your faith been influential for college and just getting through difficult moments?
Truthfully, I mean, it's going to be a journey. I think everyone knows that. Faith without works is dead. So if you don't have faith in God, you're not even trusting Him. But I think trusting the process too. Not trying to belittle yourself in the moment. Give yourself grace, which I preach to you quite often.
Yeah, you definitely do be doing that.
Yeah, I was like, take a little bit because.
No, it's funny because you're like one of the like I don't even know how many people were like, yo, hear this right now, bro. But I mean honestly, it's something I really did need.
Yeah, it's like we all need it because I don't give myself grace too, but Jesus does, and I think Him showing up 99.9% of my life, which is honestly is 100% truthfully, Him showing up every time and not leaving me and not forsaking me. It's like, why should I just forget about God? It's like, my faith shouldn't be tested off of a test or because someone said something about me. It's like, I don't even know what I was talking about.
No,
it's
yeah,
okay.
No, I know what you mean. I mean, even just like you say, basically like 99.9%, but He's there really 100. I mean, it's something I talked about a little bit ago where it's like this entire time where I was kind of focusing so much on what the enemy was doing rather than what God was doing for me.
Yeah.
It's like I'm so focused on looking forward at the enemy that all I got to do is turn around and God's right there, just waiting for me to
It's like
speak to Him.
it's like you're not in it alone.
Right.
It's like
yeah.
we all think that we're fighting God or we're fighting Satan. We're not. We're not alone.
It's 2v1, not.
It is. It truthfully is.
Yeah.
And I think, like I told you, when you had that perspective change of like, why not God, but thank you, God, it's like, you take a step back. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, snap. Like, he's really like, he's there. I mean, it's not me, myself, and I. It's us.
Right, yeah.
It's honestly just him. Because he could take it away, but he won't take it all the way away. It's like, all right, I'll give you a little piece.
Yeah.
So that you can go and you can run. Because we have free will. So, I think that's kind of what I lean on. I also lean on my friends, their faith. Their faith really helps me because it's like, it's encouraging. Just like my testimony. It's encouraging you.
Yeah.
Because you have to have your cup filled. When you're pouring out and pouring out and pouring out, at the end of the day, you're going to just be gassed. It's like, then the enemy really likes to attack. It's like, oh, let me add on a couple bills. Let me add on 3 tests.
Drizzle on that temptation.
Yeah, no, literally, on the temptation, let me add a couple distractions. Let me add a couple of girls. Let's add that to it. And it's like, when you're already down, it's like, all right, we have a choice. Should I keep going? Should I just lay down and just...
Yeah.
So it's like, and me and you both deal with the same thing. So it's like, it's our choice at the end of the day.
Yeah, yeah.
And, I mean, we've seen the faith, but we have to rely on that. We have to lean back on that and not try to, oh, I could just do it myself. We can't do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think a good thing to add on to, or to go into the next thing from what you were just saying, just how, like, being able to lean on your friends through whatever moments you might be going through and really lean on their faith. How do you think, just in our friendship, kind of incorporating faith? Because I know when we first met, it was gradual, we didn't just immediately start talking literally every single day. Like, it was honestly probably, the last 2-3 years maybe last 2 years where we actually
started
once you accounting for each other.
I think it was like,
probably 2022.
It was like you were a sophomore, I think, in high school, and
that sounds right. Mm-hmm.
So it was like I was on my way out. You were
almost there.
Yeah, so it was
halfway.
Like,
yeah,
I had some some wisdom, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Mm-hmm.
But what was your question?
How do you think it's like just having our faith? How do you think like our friendship has kind of grown or evolved since incorporating faith so heavily into our friendship?
We have that accountability partner.
Yeah, definitely.
Which we all need. And truthfully, God says do life in a community. And if you're not in a community, then you're just, it's like blind leading the blind.
Floating in the wind.
Yeah, like, it's like you're just shooting the wind every day.
Yeah.
And I think showing up for each other, not when it's hard all the time, but when life is good.
Yeah.
I think when we check up on each other, like, hey, how's the week going? Or, hey, what can I be praying for you for?
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
like, those little things is like, a little bit goes a long way, as the saying says. And we take that for granted, and we kind of get lost in the madness of work and school and church and just life in general.
Yeah.
And it's like when you can finally decompress, and it's like, who can I go to? You got that person. So, I mean, it's been gradual. It's been up and down through our relationship, but I think it's like, it kind of encouraged me when you're making the right steps, because I'm telling you something.
And actually bringing you in the right direction, not the wrong.
Yeah, I'm not bringing you in the wrong direction, and of course, it's God talking through me.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh snap, like, I would have never been able to say that just off me, off me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
So it's like, when I see it, and then you walk it out, or when I'm telling you something, and then I ended up doing it, and I practice what I preach, and I walk it out, I'm like, wait a minute.
So, man, hold on now. What you doing, OG?
Yeah, no, for real. It's like, okay. And I mean, that just, increases our faith, truthfully. And that kind of ties back to it. It's like when you see your friends doing something that is like a light, or it's like, man, you want that from them. It's like, why is he so happy? Why is da 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 da? It's like what non-believers tell us. They're like, why are you so happy all the time? It's like, it's the same thing with our friends. It's like, even if they're believers, it's like, you are so strong in your faith. It's like, I want to be like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's kind of like adding fuel to the engine, truthfully. And yeah, I think we've grown. You're growing. We all have growing pains.
Yeah.
So it's like one day at a time.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even from just when we first met, like we were saying, it's like, I think even looking back on those 1, 2, 3 years of how long we've known each other for, and just how we've seen each other grow through different things. Like, I mean, there's been things that I've been there for you. There's been a lot of things you've been there for me.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think over everything, we can definitely look back and be like, that's where we were at there. Look where we're at now.
Yeah, look where we're at now. It's like
the difference is crazy.
It's a night and day difference. And it's
No,
like,
it literally is.
when you put your pride to the side and it's like, hey, let me be vulnerable with this person, which is, I don't know why it's tarnished on social media and just everywhere. It's like, if you can't be vulnerable with somebody, it's like, how do you think you're going to have a relationship with God?
Right, yeah, definitely.
It's like, I can keep a secret from God, but he already knows it.
Yeah.
If I keep a secret from my friend, it's like,
they don't know it until it eventually comes out.
and then it comes out the wrong way. Then it's like,
and then by that time, it's too late.
yeah, it is too late. So it's like, it's the same thing like when we do to God. It's like, we're hurting him. So we're hurting our friends. So like, let's not even do that. Let's just drop the barriers. And I mean, that takes time to be able to be like, hey, bro, I'm not going to lie. This might be coming from left field, but I'm dealing with X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of ties back to what you were just saying of like leading me in those directions. And when you say something and then you see me go one way and not the other way, or even just for yourself, I think what I can really ask is just like, what is going through your mind whenever you're kind of seeing either me or somebody else just in that kind of, I mean, honestly, that trench where it looks, you're looking in it and you're like, man, they're pretty far in there, but like, I have an idea of how to get them out.
Yeah.
What's that kind of look like? Yeah, I know. It came to me and I was like, "Who? How do I ask this?"
Truthfully, I think when a friend is in a slump and it's like, all right, especially when you're also going through a slump or something like that, it's like, it's really hard to muster up the energy to be like, all right, let me put something in this, let me fill this cup. And honestly, I've grown to know that it's not me anymore. Like, it's not my strength, it's God's strength. And it's like, you pray over before, it's like, he asks you whatever it is, the prompt or whatever. Hey, I'm dealing with blase. Hey, God, I know Aiden's dealing with this. Please lead and guide and direct him. Please lead and guide, direct me on what to say, and let it be your words and your will to let this ease over. And then I think it's been, I think, just time. Like, I can tell you 2 or 3 things and it's like, well, maybe that didn't work. And then it's like, God tells me another thing, or he gives me an idea, or the Holy Spirit, truthfully. It's not even God, because it's like, when I talk to God, it's like in a room, nobody around. The Holy Spirit will talk to me immediately, and I'm like, thank you, Holy Spirit, for that. And it's like, even if you're not in the right state of mind, it's like, all right, Jesus, you loved me, and you tell me to lean on other people and love people like you love. Let me put my pride to the side, and let me put my anguish to the side. And it's like, even if they don't listen, not the first time, not the second time, not the 4th, not the 5th, it's like, me being there is good enough. And I had to learn that.
Yeah.
It's like, me saying I love you, me saying, hey, I'm here for you, me showing up.
Yeah.
That can go miles from me telling you, hey, bro, do A, B, C, D. This is how you do A, B, C, D. And then if A, B, C, D doesn't work, I have E, F, G.
Good luck.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I don't have to have a full, and that's, like, my planner mind, where I'm going to be very analytical, and I'm going to be like, okay, if he does this, and this, and then if he does this, and this, it's
Here's
like,
these outcomes or what could possibly
and it's
happen.
like, I'm thinking about A through Z. God just wants me to be at A.
Mm.
Just show up.
Yeah.
It's like, and that was really hard, and it's still been hard, to be like, okay, even though not just Aiden, if it's Julian, if it's Noah, it's like, us showing up does wonders, because somebody showed up for me.
Yeah.
So it's like, the least I could do is repay. So
Yeah.
and you don't even realize it, truthfully, when it's like, you do it so much. It's like, people are like, I appreciate it, like, the help, this, that, and the third. And it's like, you just kind of just gradually just go on with life. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, no problem, cool.
Mm.
Because it's so repetition. It's like, oh my gosh, like, it's not my words. So, like, I don't even know half the time what I'm talking about.
Right. Yeah.
It's all him that's just texting or calling, or it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
so I'm just like, you kind of just play the background. He
Yeah.
uses
You're
you.
just kind of spectating at that point.
No, literally, you're playing the background. You're on the back burner.
It's like, let me take the controller real quick.
No, literally.
Yeah. Literally. Yeah.
So it's like, all right, when you learn how to just sit down and be still and just, like, listen and be like, all right, God, here, I'm gonna play the background. Jesus actually take the wheel.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh, my friends are not coming to me. Now I can come to them. It's like, it's a domino effect. Once you get that down, it's like, and honestly, it's not like a checklist. My brain just acts like a checklist. Like, if I do this, this, and this. But, like I said, it's just showing up and being consistent. That's the biggest thing. And I preached on that earlier this summer. It's like, Jacob was consistent with me. He was there. He talked to me. He texted me. It was like, we want to be seen. We all want to be heard. Now, of course, we're going to keep our own secrets from different people, of course. But I think putting that pride to the side and being like, all right, let me help this because somebody helped me.
Yeah.
You just see the fruits of your labor, especially when it turns out the right way. It's like, wow, God, you spoke to me through him, and now he's thriving. He's doing his thing. He has now a testimony. Now I have a testimony. Now this is growing my faith. It's like, it's crazy how that works. It's like, oh wait, 1 + 1 = 2. It's like, wow, 2 + 2 = 4. Then it's like, it just keeps going up and going up. Yeah. So
I feel like just adding to that, it's like your testimony's never. There's never an end to your testimony.
Yeah,
Your testimony always keeps going. It's always, it's going to go up, it's going to go down. I mean, my testimony has changed so much since just the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And it's like not even like, it's not even like a thing of focusing on like, oh yeah, this bad thing happened. Let me fill that in instead of that bad thing that happened. It's like, sure, that bad thing might have happened, but that bad thing also equal to me becoming a completely different person and growing to be the person I am currently.
Correct.
But yeah. I think anything else I could ask is just, do you have anything else you want to say to anybody watching or to me or whatever? Or just get off your mind?
No, I'll throw some stuff at you, but I'm not gonna throw that at you.
But no time.
No, I know we have time. Like, we do have
for
time.
another time.
Oh, for another time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, guys, this life is tough. It's hard. It's tough. It's rugged. It doesn't care. And our walk isn't fun. Keep going though. I mean, if you're watching this right now, you woke up today. Think about that. You woke up and you have breath in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Bills might be stacking up. Grades ain't great. Life ain't good. Family life is hard. Addiction is really wrecking you. You still woke up today.
Mm-hmm.
You have another life, another breath to live. It's like, don't let this determine who you are and what you're going to go through. Jesus loves you. I love you, and I don't even know you, truthfully. People are here for you. Don't ever think that you're alone in this, because you're not. Even if it might feel like you're alone in the season or in the time, you're not. Even if I'm not there or your best friends, Jesus is there. Call out to him and trust in him that he's going to take you out of that hole, take you out of that slump, get you out of whatever you're in. It's easier said than done. I can say that, but have faith and trust. And thanks for watching our episode today.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, I plan on doing more of these kind of interview styles. I've got a couple more people that I want to do it with, and honestly anybody else that kind of just decides to come along. But yeah, if you like these kind of style videos, I'll keep doing them. This one will definitely be a lot higher quality than the rest, just because brought out the big guns here.
I did bring out the big guns. Yeah.
So excited for that. But yeah, if you like this video, just make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Give me a like. It honestly doesn't really do anything other than just tell me that you watched the video and you got this far and you actually enjoyed the video. Yeah. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Again, it's free. Nothing happens. It just shows me that you're continuing to support the channel. But yeah, like we said, thanks for watching. If you want to keep coming back, that'd be grateful for it. But yeah, see y'all in the next video. Jesus loves you. Peace.
Peace out.
I think that'd be pretty good.